Substituting Mr. Clifford for purposes of that motion. The chair recognizes Bob Clifford, State Delegate of Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Fellow delegates, I'm here to move to postpone this 11-3 indefinitely. The basis for doing so is that second?
Yes, I second.
Thank you. The basis for doing so is not that the concept of that there being something wrong with electronic voting. It's a wonderful concept. It indeed can, in fact, save cost. Some of you are from states where your statewide bar elections are already conducted by electronic voting. The problem that I believe exists with this measure is that it has not been fully vetted. Indeed, what the proponent just suggested by way of the process for bounce back has not been fairly explained. This matter came to the Conference of State Delegates as a fait accompli, as distinguished from something that was being discussed within a report. I challenged them to talk about the cost savings because, as I understand currently the use of our email system, we send out emails, 70 million by the way, for the ABA on an annual basis, and you get 3 bounce backs. Bounce back number 1, they'll send you a second one. It used to be handled by membership. Now it's by information services. Bounce back number 2, they send you a third. Bounce back number 3, they take your email out of the system. So where are the proponents telling us there's the infrastructure in place to correct an email address or when they send out the paper ballot? Is it on the first bounce back? Is it on the second or the third? And who does it? Information services? I do not think so. They issue a weekly report. They gather the reasons why there's a problem. And then, in fact, they give a monthly report. Well, you know, in many of these, maybe I have a little bias here. I come from a state delegate election several years ago that was very close. And in a state like Illinois, where you have over 20,000 voters, if you get a bounce back rate of about 5%, which I think is at least our number, it could be higher, well, that's over 1,000 of potentially disenfranchised members who do not get a chance to participate in the system. So I submit that if it's a good idea today, it'll be a good idea the next time it comes up. It can be fairly vetted. These matters can be addressed. There's substantial efforts taking place right now to revamp all of our electronic communication. And I respectfully ask that you recognize that there are some hanging chads with this process and agree with me to postpone this to a later date. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Clifford.